What is up, guys? Road to 300 Kilos, episode number 44. We are back with a nice session here with my buddy Ethan on the right there. Today's session, some snatch triples, some clean and jerk doubles, some snatch pulls, and good old push press. So, really nice, solid, just badass, old school weightlifting session. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Ethan recently just got back into weightlifting. He took kind of a year off, but as you can tell, his form is not lacking. This man knows how to lift. It's kind of annoying. Not actually, though. He's awesome to lift with. One of my favorite things about lifting with Ethan, you'll notice throughout this session, we do not take a lot of time to rest. He goes, and then I go. And then he goes, and then I go. And so on and so forth. We're doing snatch triples. I think we work up to like 95 kilos, somewhere around there. We were a little tired from work, and I didn't think we wanted to push it as much as we maybe did a couple weeks ago, where we tripled like 100 kilos. The program only calls for like 95 kilos anyway, so look at me being a good little weightlifter and only doing what the program says. That's crazy, right? So we're just warming up. Given that I'm tired, I actually feel pretty good. Some of the snatches are a little wonky as I warm up, but as it gets heavier, the form straightens out pretty good. So I can't complain there. Over the past few weeks, after doing this program I think this is my 4th week now. I'm actually finishing up my 4th week as I record this. The body's been feeling a lot stronger pretty quickly, so I've been doing a lot of these paused squats, paused front squats, a lot of pulling, and then still dabbling in weightlifting every session. And I can tell that it's kind of interesting. So, like, just to go on a little tangent / rant here, you think your body feels good. I took a break from weightlifting, and I'm like, yeah, my body feels pretty good. And then, just because I'm not lifting a bunch of heavy ass weights all the time, right? But see, that was a pretty shitty snatch right there. Jesus Christ. That's alright, 60 kilos. I'm just kind of a wild animal on some of those. But anyway, Jesus Christ, Trent, don't get sidetracked. Alright. So getting back into weightlifting, you think your body feels pretty good because you're kind of rested, you haven't done a ton of heavy weight training, blah blah blah. And that's true, my body felt pretty good. And then the first couple weeks, getting back into it, you kind of feel like shit, to be honest. I know that's not super surprising, but it's kind of hard to describe. It's like your body feels like shit for a while, and then by the 3rd or 4th week of doing this a lot, my body suddenly feels really good again. I've got a couple. You get banged up here and there. The lower back might be sore one day, or the knee might be sore one day, or shoulder might hurt a little bit one day. But overall, my body feels just as good, if not better, than when I was not weightlifting. It's kind of weird. And then another thing I do usually, and I know this is going to be heresy, treason, however you want to say it. I actually do a little bit of cardio too, and I go on some runs. So I noticed that when I my lower back will bother me sometimes, or my right knee, I deal with some tendonitis sometimes, and it's really weird. I might go for a run maybe twice a week, like on Sundays on my day off, and then some other random day when I can get out there. I run maybe anywhere from 1 to 3 miles. Nothing crazy. Just a nice little jog. I think I ran a 9-minute mile the other day. And it was hard because I haven't been running a whole lot. But, I used to run a lot. Well, I wouldn't say I ran a lot more, but I used to run a little bit more frequently. And I think I could get a 7-minute mile I was running pretty hard, but the 9-minute mile that I ran the other day felt like that 7-minute mile, just because I'm a little bit out of shape when it comes to that end. But I noticed that when I go on these runs, my body actually feels really good afterwards. I don't know if any of you guys dabble in running or cardio or anything like that, but It's like my body kind of, my hips reset, my knee, I get a nice pump and blood flow in my knees and shins and calves and everything. And after my run, man, I usually feel a lot better than I did before my run. I don't necessarily enjoy the way I feel while I'm running. It's pretty hard. I mean, sometimes my asthma acts up. Sometimes it's just like, I mean, I'm carrying a lot of weight. I'm like 200 pounds and 205 pounds, somewhere around there. And it's pretty heavy for, especially because my running form sucks. I run pretty hard. But like the other day, me and Ethan, who's lifting right here, we ran together. We ran like 1.6 miles. There's a gravel loop where we live that's like 1.6 miles, so we usually just run around that. And you know, he's like 40-50 pounds lighter than me, so it's a little bit easier for him. Meanwhile, I'm like dying over there, but not too bad. I think a few more running sessions and I'll get back to where I was, to where, you know, I can run a mile or two pretty comfortably. And I notice on running, usually the first mile sucks, and then the middle, like 2 or 3 miles, are good, and then the last mile sucks. It's kind of a weird the way that works. So I really like the speed on that 90 kilo snatch right there. But the positions are a little whack sometimes. And then the overhead stability is getting better. You'll notice, and sometimes in the catch, the overhead stability is a little wonky. The left elbow wants to be a little bitch, but overall it's getting better. And I'm liking the speed. You can tell I've been doing a lot of pulls, because pulling off the ground, it's getting a lot faster. And then Ethan just has this wicked speed pulling himself under the bar. Like, it's super slow off the ground, and then just boom, teleports under the bar. I mean, this guy didn't weightlift for a year, and he's back to tripling like 95, 100 kilos. It's crazy. And his best snatch ever is like 115. Doesn't make any sense to me. He's a robot. Alright, Trent. Don't let this little fucker show you up. Come on now. That's what I'm telling myself in my head. This guy hasn't trained for a year, and he's gonna come out here and triple what I can triple. I'll show him. Boom, fast, easy, powerful. Fast, easy, powerful. Ooh, little wonky there, but not too bad. I'll take it, man. I was super happy with that. That was my last set was my best set. You know, I mean, that third rep, when you're up to 95 kilos, and you know, when you're up to 80-85% for a triple, that third rep's going to be pretty tough. Like, I noticed that it was pulling me forward a little bit, pretty heavy off the ground, and then, you know, I got to kind of overcompensate on the third pull and on the extension, blah blah blah. So moving on to clean and jerks, I just decided to cut out some of our warm-ups. There was no reason to see us, you know, warming up with 50-60 kilos. But Ethan is a very good lifter, but he kind of, and hopefully he is watching this, and he knows this too. I've talked to him about it before, but that man cannot full clean, and he cannot squat. He's had a lot of issues with his knees. I think that's where a lot of it stems. But so you'll see him power cleaning a lot, because as he's getting back into weightlifting, he's trying to just ease himself back into that full squat position. It's kind of weird. It doesn't bother him too much in the snatch, but then when he does cleans, his knees bother him quite a bit, and he's not able to. He ends up power cleaning more than he full cleans. It's kind of interesting. This man can power clean probably 120 right now, but he couldn't full clean it. And he's going to work on that, I think. We've talked about some of the things that he could maybe do to work on that, but I mean, look at that power clean. That's just ridiculous. The way he just stays connected and pulls himself under so fast. Just looks so good. It makes you type of lifter that you lift with, like, even though, yeah, I'm stronger than him, blah blah blah, like, my PRs are more than his. He's when you lift with him, it's the type of lifter that makes you want to lift better because he lifts better. You know what I mean? His lifts always just look so good, and it kind of inspires you to try a little bit harder, stay a little bit more connected, pull under faster. So 100 kilos, two clean and jerks. Basically, that's what we're doing right now. Easy clean. The cleans are feeling a little bit better. They've been a little wonky getting back into weightlifting. Like I'll like the bar will hit my knees as I'm coming up, or just just weird stuff like that. I'll get on my toes a little bit, but they're getting better. That's for sure. They weren't like I couldn't clean 150 right now. I couldn't clean. I don't know if I could clean 140, but that's okay. That's why we're working back into it. I think so. Like I said, I'm at the end of my 4th week, and then I think by the end of this 10 weeks, I'll be pretty close to where I was, and then I can run another program, and I will surpass where I was. That's right. All right, 110. Boom. Look at this fucking guy. Ethan weighs probably like 165. He's probably in that 73 kilo class, somewhere around there. Or 70, 71, I guess, is the class. I don't know. I think there's a 77 kilo class. Yeah, and a 73 kilo class. Maybe he's in that 77 kilo class. Yeah, somewhere around there. You'll notice too, I've been doing all this beltless. I've been training beltless for this whole program. Just because why not? The whole point is I'm trying to get stronger, right? So let's make everything stronger. If I can lift more beltless, then I should be able to lift more with a belt on. I think a lot of the belt is a placebo anyway. It just kind of gives you this comfort. You got to get that thing really tight to see a huge benefit from it. But anyway, I'll shut up. Let's watch this guy. Boom. 115. Come on now, Ethan. Let's see it. Oh. Yeah, just got a little, it gets heavy. Just got a little unconnected, and his upper back strength isn't quite what it was. He's talked about that before too. How that's a hard part of the front squat and the clean, as well as the upper back strength just isn't there right now. So this 115 for 2. Let's see if we can do it. Or no, this is 117.5. That's what this is. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Nice. Alright, reset. Come on, don't be a little biatch. You got this. Little wonky. But good jerk. I will take that jerk all day, every day. Like I said, the cleans are coming around. They're coming around. They're not the best thing in the world, but fuck it. So now what I got here is a couple sets of our snatch pulls. We're basically just doing 5x5 of snatch deadlift at like 120, and then I'll speed it up for the rest of our sets, because there's no reason to watch us do 5 sets of snatch deadlifts. It could probably get a little boring. So his positions are looking real good. He could probably keep the butt down a little bit longer, maybe. But I have that same problem too when it gets heavy, man, on the last few sets. And I could do a lot of things better. I could probably, looking at these now, I could probably start my hips just a hair higher. I just don't like that feeling of like hanging over the bar. But looking at these, it might be beneficial to start the hips a little bit higher. That way I don't, because if you start your hips lower and then the first thing that comes up is your butt and you're kind of leaning even more forward, you might as well start there, because if you start there, you're not going to try to like overcompensate throughout the pull. Does that make sense? Like, so since I'm being rocked forward in that position, I'm going to try to overcompensate in the second and third pull, just subconsciously, and then it's going to end up being just a shit lift. So anyway, it's kind of funny. I've snatched 120, and man, doing these pulls, I don't know how the hell I ever snatched 120, because they feel heavy. It's kind of crazy. And also part of that is just because like your mind knows that you're doing pulls. You're not giving it the full oomph that you would probably give it if you weren't doing pulls. I'm sure if anybody has weightlifting, they know exactly what I'm talking about. The pulls always feel heavier for some reason. So yeah, we're sweating. It's probably 85 degrees in the gym. We're sweating. We're drinking water. We're dying. We're talking. It's a nice old school session, man. It just feels, we used to lift together a lot a couple years ago, and it's good to have Ethan back in town to where we can do this again. Cause like I said, man, he's someone you always want to be lifting with. He doesn't complain. He just fucking goes in there and lifts weights. That man knows how to lift some weights. So I think this might be the last set, and then we move on to push press. My push press has been feeling really, really strong. So like on clearances, on this program that I'm doing right now, I'm pressing like 4 days a week. So I'll do like push press Monday, strict press Tuesday, and then I'll do push press Friday and strict press Saturday. So there's a lot of pressing, and I can feel it now, because a week or two ago, I got my other buddy Brian. I'll jump in with him sometimes and do like his like bodybuilding session, and he'll do like bench press or incline press, and I can tell that, doing all this pressing here lately, that I'm pretty strong in the pressing department right now. I know that's crazy, but it's crazy how that works. If you do more pressing, you'll get better. I mean, Jesus Christ, what am I saying? I'm just rambling at this point. I'm saying stupid shit. Hey, did you guys know that if you press more, your pressing will get stronger? Anyway, so there's Ethan. He's trying to do 90. Yeah, he only got a couple. It's pretty heavy. Can't keep up with me there, young man. Hey, I still got you on a few things. You can't just hop back into weightlifting and think you can push press what I can push press. What the hell? Show some goddamn respect. I mean, look at that first rep. That thing flew. Really liking the way these feel. These were super easy. So I think at the end of this program, I'll be maxing out my push press again. My best ever push press is like, I think it's 130 or 135. So if I can get back to there, I'll know that my leg strength is back. I'll know that my shoulder strength is back, and then we'll have to see where the squatting strength is at too. Oh. See, there's that lack of upper back strength. So he's gonna go over next to me, and he's gonna switch to doing strict press, and then I'll sit here and finish up the old push press 5x5 again. Pretty simple. Keep it simple, stupid. Mark Ripito would love this. 5x5, 5x5. Ethan actually, he broke his collarbone like late last year, I think. So he was telling me that in that push press, a big thing that he was worried about was catching it, re-racking the bar and having it land in kind of a tough spot, and it would hurt it would pinch his skin between the bar and this metal plate that he's got in his collarbone. And I was like, Jesus, that sounds horrible. So I think it was a pretty good idea for him to switch to strict press. So I think I got 1 or 2 more sets. Hoping I can get back to that 300-pound push press range. Boom. Easy peasy. 1 more set. And then, like I said, I've been throwing in the like parallel bars too on some of these sessions. The like 2 parallel bars that are laying on the ground that I showed you guys in my last video, I believe. Kind of this gymnastics movement. It's been a lot of fun because, you know, just trying to add some novelty to the training, just trying to work on some other things. I mean, Ethan, he was doing a lot of gymnastics that year that he took off from weightlifting, and he's able to come back into weightlifting and just triple 100 kilos. So, I mean, gymnastics got to be beneficial in some ways, right? So, we'll keep moving along on some of this stuff. I appreciate you guys making it this far in the video. If you had, and you've listened to this dumbass talk for 20 minutes. Yeah, this is pretty much the last set. End of the video. I will catch you guys on the next one, alright? Peace.